Hey everyone, my name is Wedge. We return to our regular Commander deck tech series with a special viewer request edition. This commander is more famously known for being a limited bomb, as well as a tribute to an equally dangerous creature. It is also one of the earliest Gorgons printed in Magic. Today we feature Visara the Dreadful. Visara is one of the 5 Onslaught pit-fighting legends and draws much comparison to Avatar of Woe, an iconic black creature in Magic history. The major difference between the two is that this one can be used as a commander. Visara is 6 mana for a 5/5 flyer, which is a decent cost for a creature that big. It's capable of doing significant damage on its own, both inside and outside of combat. You can tap Visara to destroy target creature and it can't be regenerated, which is pretty sweet. Consecrated Sphinx, gone. Iona, see ya. Unless it has protection or hexproof or is indestructible, it's going down. You're probably thinking, targeted removal isn't that big of a deal, Wedge, or there's way too many creatures in play to even make that matter. Don't worry, we have thought of a few ways to get multiple uses out of Visara or utility out of the destroyed creatures. Destroying one creature a turn isn't always the best, so we want to run cards that will increase the rate that we can activate this ability. Illusionist Bracers and Rings of Bright Hearth are 2 artifacts that can give you a copy of the ability each time, doubling the number of creatures you can kill. Sword of the Perrons or Puppet Strings can untap Visara to use again or allow you to attack and activate in the same turn. Thornbite Staff enables some crazy shenanigans and allows you to blow up every creature in play. Every time a creature dies, you can untap Visara, turning it into a Plague Wind and keeping your opponents off creatures until they can deal with it. Naturally, Visara can't do it alone, so we enlisted a little help from some well-known black sweepers in the format. Damnation, Decree of Pain, Life's Finale, Toxic Deluge, and Black Sun Zenith are all spells capable of clearing the way in case things get rough. In Garruk's Wake can also take out Planeswalkers, while All Is Dust and Oblivion Stone deal with troublesome enchantments. Massacre Worm can clear out the smaller guys and act as a win condition with a combo we'll talk about later. We have targeted removal as well in the form of creatures such as Bone Shredder and Shriekmaw. Does your opponent have a creature with protection from black? Hit it with a duplicate. Shrouder Hexproof, we have Innocent Blood, Barterum Blood, and Fleshbag Marauder to clear those pesky threats. Lilian of the Dark Realms and Sorin Markov can pick off creatures as well, but Sorin makes a much better win condition. Altar of Shadows is a big expensive artifact that can kill creatures and give you mana to lay down more threats. Dread Cacodemon is basically a Plague Wind on an 8/8, but it does tap your other creatures. It also wouldn't be a tribute without the inspirational Avatar of Woe cutting down creatures. So we've blown up the creatures and all that's left is Visara. Now what? We have a couple ways to win from here. You can use Bone Horde or Night Howler to make a huge Visara and kill them in combat. Play a Black Market and use the mana to power out a lethal Exsanguinate. Maybe there are enough creatures in play that Massacre Worm, Blood Artist, or Falconwrath Noble can win the game. Or you can use a contingent of Reanimate spells to take your opponent's creatures and kill them. We have a variety of Reanimate effects that can take 1 or more creatures and enlist them to battle on your side. Rise of the Dark Realms is a very expensive spell, but resolving it will undoubtedly win you the game. Grave Betrayal is a weaker effect that puts creatures back into play under your control at the end of turn, but still quite good. Beacon of Unrest lets you lift a creature or artifact and then shuffle it away for later use. There are also creatures that can do some recruiting as well in the deck. Limdal the Necromancer, Chainer Dementia Master, and Night Eyes the Desecrator are all great mana sinks and enable you to take multiple creatures. Ink-Eye Servant of Oni can steal a creature from a graveyard when it hits an opponent. Sepulchre Primordial takes 1 creature from each opponent's graveyard, and Puppeteer Click can lift up to 2. Mimic Vat is a bit of a wild card, as you can imprint onto it any creature that dies, and pay 3 to make a copy of the imprinted creature. With the emphasis on creatures that do stuff, when they hit or leave play, you are sure to get value out of it. Don't like the card imprinted on it? Switch it. You can get anything from utility to pure power out of this card depending on what you kill. You do need a decent amount of mana to get all this going, so naturally we need ways to produce tons of it. Extraplanar Lens, Cage Sun, and Gauntlet of Power are artifacts that can double your mana. Cryptgas does that as well, and adds Extort to all your spells. No black deck can go without Urborg and Cabal Coffers, 32 swamps, and these 2 will enable some crazy mana. Black gives you access to some of the best tutors and draw spells in the format, and we didn't disappoint. Vampiric and Demonic Tutor lead the pack, followed by Diabolic Tutor and Beseech the Queen. Runescarred Demon is a demonic tutor that punches people in the face, so we're all about the demon. Want more than one card? Necropotence, Erebos, and Phyrexian Arena will give you the jump on card advantage. As we mentioned before, we have a fun combo that can be devastating. Cormus Bell turns all swamps into 1/1 creatures. Orborg makes every land in play a 1/1 with the Bell in play. Using a sweeper will destroy every land. Massacre Worm will destroy all your opponent's lands and likely kill them if that's not enough. With the amount of mana it generates, it's not hard to get to 10 mana and cast both on the same turn. Don't want to be that guy? Put Sword of the Parents in to make Visara stronger. We hope you enjoyed this viewer's suggested deck tech. Feel free to post a commander you want to see featured in the comments below. We might just build a deck around the commander you suggest. If you have any other suggestions, comments, concerns about the list, leave those below too and we'll talk about it. As always, subscribe for the latest and most reliable Magic the Gathering information you could ever need. This is the Mana Source. I'm Wedge. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Wow.